What is up, everyone? Diggin Dave. So I have 8 boxes of pennies. This is going to be a little bit of a different type of video. I normally do 2 boxes of pennies per video. So these 8 boxes here, I'm going to split up into different videos. So if you guys want to see what I find as far as wheat pennies, errors, varieties, hopefully some double dies and stuff, I'm going to split these 8 boxes up into probably 4 videos, 2 boxes per video. But I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube lately about saving copper pennies. Pennies 1982 and earlier, you know, the copper pennies. I think, what, 90 or 95% copper? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through all eight boxes. Like I said, I'm going to make different videos, but I'm going to see after I go through all 8 boxes how many copper pennies I find and what profit I can make, because as of right now, as I'm filming this, 1 copper penny is worth about 2.7 cents per copper penny. So face value 1 cent, but it's worth almost 3 cents in copper. So you're tripling your profit. 1 copper penny is worth roughly 3 cents. So I'm going to go through these 8 boxes in different videos, but for this video here, I'm just going to try to update you guys as I'm going through the boxes and see how many copper pennies I find and how much profit I made from 8 boxes of pennies. So this video here is just going to be about copper and if it's worth it, saving copper pennies. So just a little side note, guys, when you're looking for copper pennies and you have rolls of pennies, I've noticed the heavier the roll, the more copper pennies you normally have, because a copper penny will weigh 3.1 grams. This is a wheat penny right here. See? 3.09, pretty much 3.1. So the heavier the roll, you're going to have more copper pennies in that roll. 135.77. Normally a roll of pennies for me will weigh anywhere between 129 to 140 if there's a lot of copper pennies. So this one here, we'll see how many copper pennies we have in this roll. I'm going to guess probably 12 to 14 maybe copper pennies. And as you can see, there's a lot of brown looking copper rims. The newer pennies that are zinc are going to look more like that kind of reddish. Kind of have that reddish rim there. So let's go ahead and see here. Like I said, this video here is just going to be about copper pennies. And as far as errors, varieties, double dies, and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to do that in a different video. But also for your 1982 pennies, you're going to want to put them on a scale, because that's a transitional year. But I'm pretty sure, let's see here. Like this is 1982, but it looks copper. See, 3 point, if it's over 3 grams, it's gonna be a copper. So there's 1, 2, 71, 3. I'll check for double dies and all that off camera. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. See, some of the copper pennies can have more of a reddish look to them. What is that, number 11? 12. 13. 14. Yeah, so we got 14 copper pennies. There's 50 pennies to a roll. And I think I counted that right. So that's a good roll right there. And just one roll of pennies, we got all those. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, I was one off. 15 copper pennies in just that one roll. So in my area, I know some people say they try to get 2.5, 3 pounds. With copper pennies for me, I normally get 3.5 to 4, sometimes 5 pounds per box. Seems like there's a lot of copper pennies in the area where I live, so I don't want this video to be super long. I just wanted to open up a roll on this video and show you guys, you know, what you can expect like to get out of a roll of pennies as far as how many coppers. It really depends on where you live, but in my area in Illinois, I seem to find a lot of copper, so for the rest of the video, I'm just going to update you guys at the end of each box. Like I said, I have 8 boxes of pennies, so at the end, I'll update you after every box, like how many pounds of copper I find. And then at the end, once I finish all 8 boxes, we'll have to do some math and calculations on how many copper pennies I found and the value of the copper. So I'll be back, guys, once I finish this first box of pennies, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, so I just finished penny box number 1. We got 15 wheat pennies, so pretty good. But like I said, these boxes are going to be in separate videos. In this video, I'm just focusing on the amount of copper. So box number 1, here's all the copper pennies. We got a lot of copper. I'm going to guess over 4 pounds. Wow, 4 pounds, 13 ounces. This plastic container weighs exactly around 1 ounce. So we'll subtract the plastic bowl. So roughly 4 pounds, 12 ounces. I watch some people on YouTube who they say they're lucky if they get 3 pounds of copper pennies out of one box. In my area, I seem to find a lot of copper pennies. So guys, we have 7 more boxes. This is probably going to be a longer video, but I'm just going to update you guys at the end of every box. Box number 1, 4 pounds, 12 ounces of copper. I'll bring you back for a wrap-up of box 2. Guys, just a little update. I'm working on box number 2. I just got 23 copper pennies out of one roll on box number 2. 23 copper pennies from one roll. That is crazy. All right, let's see how many pounds of copper we got for box 2. These penny boxes seem to be producing a lot of copper. 4 pounds, 12 ounces. So with the plastic bowl, roughly 4 pounds, 11 ounces. That is crazy. And I just wanted to show you guys really quick. I'm going to keep track of the boxes here on this notepad. Box 1, 4 pounds, 12 ounces of copper. That's 701 copper cents. Box 2, 4 pounds, 11 ounces of copper pennies, 696 copper cents. So that's where we're at right now. We still have 6 boxes to go. We're going to see how much copper we get total in 8 boxes. So I'll be back once I finish box number 3. See how much more copper we got. Box number 3, another great box for the copper. 4 pounds, 12.5 ounces because this weighs an ounce. The plastic bowl, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but the plastic bowl weighs about an ounce. So right here. And the reason box 1 was 4 pounds, 12 ounces, 701 copper cents. And then for box 3, same 4 pounds, 12 ounces, but 704 copper cents. How I do it, guys, is I take, well, this is on pounds and ounces. I go right here to grams. So I take 2,200 grams minus the weight of the plastic bowl in grams, divide that by 3.1 because 1 copper penny weighs 3.1 grams. And then that gives me the calculation of, it's pretty accurate. I mean, it might be off by 1, 2, 3 pennies maybe, but it's pretty accurate using grams divide it by 3.1, subtracting how much the plastic bowl weighs in grams, divided by 3.1, gave me 704 copper cents for box 3. All right, I'll update you guys when I finish box 4. A lot of copper, still finding a lot of copper pennies. And there's a wheat penny right there. Just finished box number 4. Let's see how much copper we got. By the looks of it, guys, this plastic bowl, it looks a little lighter than the first 3 boxes. So I'm going to guess probably still over 3 pounds, but I don't think we hit over 4 pounds of copper. Let's see here. 3 pounds, 11.9. This weighs 1 ounce, the plastic. So we're right at 11.9. We'll just say 3 pounds, 11 ounces. So let me go ahead and calculate this really quick for box 4. So yeah, guys, as you can see, box 1, 2, and 3, we had well over 4 pounds. 412, 411, 412. Box 4 is the lightest on the copper so far for this video, but still 3 pounds, 11 ounces calculated, 543 copper cents. I'm not going to complain. I mean, we're still well over 3 pounds of copper for box 4. I'll be back when I finish box 5. Just finished penny box number 5 for this copper penny video. How many copper pennies I can find, how many pounds in 8 boxes. Just finished box number 5. And it looks like we have more copper than we did in box number 4. Yep, 4 pounds, 10 ounces, subtracting the plastic bowl. 4 pounds, 10 ounces. So we got like a whole extra pound in box 5 here. Now, let me look. Yeah, because box 4 we had 3 pounds, 11 ounces. So pretty much we're back to like boxes 1, 2, and 3 with over 4 pounds. 412, 411, 412, 311. And then box 5, we just got 4 pounds, 10 ounces. Let me calculate quick how many copper pennies that is for box number 5. So all right, guys, with my calculation for box number 5, roughly, like I said, it's pretty accurate. It's the best way I can do it without having to sit here and hand count every copper cent, which would take a lot of time. 685 copper cents in box 5. We have 2 more boxes. Oh no, we have 3 more boxes, my bad. We have 8 boxes. I was thinking we had 7. We have box 6, 7, and 8. So I'll be back when I finish box number 6. Just finished box number 6, and by the look of it, we got a ton of copper in box number 6. Let's see how many pounds of copper we got here. We're on pounds and ounces. This cup is full. Oh yeah, we got over 5 pounds. Subtract the plastic bowl. 5 pounds, 1 ounce roughly. 5 pounds, 1.3 ounces. This is the first box out of these 8 boxes of pennies that we hit over 5 pounds of copper. Let me calculate really quickly roughly how many copper cents is in 5 pounds, 1 ounce. All right, I just want to show you guys really quick how I calculate how many copper cents I have. So how it works, guys, is 1 copper cent roughly weighs 3.1 grams. So on my scale here, I went from pounds and ounces, how many pounds of copper, to grams. 2332. So let me show you guys really quick. Well, let me go ahead and update this. 2332. And then I subtract 16 grams because that's roughly how much the plastic cup weighs, you know. There. So 2316, and I divide that by 3.1 because 1 copper cent weighs 3.1 grams. That gives me 747.096 with a bunch of numbers. So right here, I know in 5 pounds, 1 ounce of copper, you know, using grams to calculate, roughly 747 copper pennies for box 6. That is fantastic. We have 2 more boxes to calculate for this copper video to see, is it worth holding on to all your copper pennies or copper cents? I know some people say it's not called a penny, it's called a Lincoln cent. I do agree, but, you know, why do the boxes say pennies on them then? You know, it's kind of a thing you can pick and choose your battles. I'm not going to argue with people over if it's called a penny or a Lincoln cent. You guys know what I mean. I'll be back once I go through box number 7, and we'll see how much more copper we get. But I think box 6 might be hard to beat with over 5 pounds of copper cents. Penny box number 7 is in the books, and it was a great box. I got 23 wheat pennies, like I said, guys, earlier in the video. All of the penny hunts, as far as what I'm finding, will be in separate videos. In this video, we're just focusing on how much copper cents I find. Again, this is box number 7. Looks like we got a good amount of copper. Box number 6, we got, what, 5 pounds something of copper. Look at that, guys. 5 pounds, 0 ounces. So right at 5 pounds. So with the plastic container, I'm going to say 4 pounds, 15 ounces. Almost 5 pounds right there. But 4 pounds, 15 ounces with the plastic container. That is awesome. I just calculated, just to let you guys know, box 7 gave me 732 copper cents. We only have 1 box left to go through, and then we're going to calculate how many pounds of copper I found total, the current copper value for all of the copper cents that I found, and, you know, since I've been keeping track, it'll be easy. I'll just add up all the pounds together and add up how many copper cents I found total, and we'll go over the value. But let me go through box number 8. 1 box left for this copper cent video. All right, guys, I am back. I just finished the last box for this copper cent or copper hoarding video. Finished box number 8. It doesn't look like we got as much copper as we did in box 7, but I'm still hoping for over 4 pounds. Let's go ahead and see. And 4 pounds, 3, so 4 pounds, 2 ounces, subtracting the plastic bowl. 4 pounds, 2 ounces. I'm happy. Box number 7, the last box we did, we got almost 5 pounds of copper. So box 8 was a little lighter on the copper, but still over 4 pounds, 2 ounces. Let me calculate how many copper cents that is, and then we're going to do a big wrap up here for this 8-box penny hunt on how much copper I found, and is it worth holding on to your copper pennies. So here we go for box number 8, 4 pounds, 2 ounces of copper, roughly 608 copper cents. So guys, I'm going to start with box 1, go to box number 8. I'm going to calculate everything, how many copper pennies we found, how many pounds we found, the current price of copper per pound, and we'll just go over a few things and see what profit we made on keeping all of these copper pennies from 8 boxes. I'll be back in just a second. So really quick before we crunch some numbers and get into the value of all the copper pennies that I found. From 8 boxes, this is all the copper pennies I found in 2 boxes. As you see, I'm just using some empty $50 boxes I had laying around. But all of these copper pennies were from 8 boxes. That's a ton of copper pennies. And really, really quick, guys, right here, I got a total of 36.6 pounds of copper, 5,416 total copper cents. So that's a face value of $54.16. We're going to go over to my computer here in just a minute. It will make it a little easier so I can show you guys a website to calculate the price of copper pennies and how much they're worth. But from 8 boxes, $200 in pennies. This is a lot more copper than I normally find. From 8 boxes, I mean, just a ton. All of these pennies here in these 2 boxes are 95% copper, 5% zinc. So every one of these is 95% copper. let's go over to my computer, guys, and do some calculations. All right, so I'm on my computer now. I'm on this website. It says U.S. copper penny melt value calculator. If you just type in copper penny value, this website here should pop up. It's coinapps.com copper penny calculator. So right here, you can either enter in the exact amount of copper pennies you have, or down here, you can put in ounces, how many pounds you have, grams, kilos. Since I know the exact amount, I'm just going to put it in here. We had 5,416 copper pennies. So right here, as of October 31st, so happy Halloween, everyone. This video is going to come out after Halloween, but I'm recording this on Halloween. So in 5,416 copper pennies, that has a copper value of $150.56. And if you look down here, it's kind of in small writing, but it says, calculator only figures the copper melt value of pre-1982 U.S. Lincoln 95% copper. The 5% zinc and tin value and weight is not included. So this is just calculating the copper, the 95% copper. It's not including that 5% zinc and tin in the pennies. So total copper value, $150.56. So what we can do, guys, is pull up a calculator and we can go $150.56 minus 5,416 pennies. That's the face value, is only $54.16. So if you take the face value, that's a $96.40 profit on copper, because the face value is only $54.16, but all of those pennies I held on to have a total copper value of over $150. If you look right here, copper price per pound, $4.26 per pound. So are copper cents worth holding on to? In my opinion, absolutely, because it only costs you 1 cent to hold on to it. And you can see right here, let me show you guys the value of just 1 copper cent. 0.027. So 2.7 cents, or you can round it up, 2.8 cents per copper penny, almost 3 cents in copper. So you go from 1 cent, it's almost triple its face value of 1 cent in copper, from 1 cent up to 3 cents. So from these 8 boxes, guys, over 36.5 pounds of copper, 5,416 total copper cents. And like I said, a total value of 5,416, $150.56 in copper value. If you want to hold on to copper pennies, if you do or you don't, that's completely up to you. But the way I look at it, you're almost tripling your profit from 1 cent to 3 cents per copper penny, cent, whatever you want to call it. So I would definitely hold on to all of your pre-1982 95% copper pennies. And if you want to get technical, some 82 pennies are copper, some are zinc. You have to put them on a scale. But when you do this long enough, you can kind of tell which ones look copper and which ones look zinc. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure and like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I'm Diggin' Dave, and until next time, keep on digging.